The moment my wife asked, "Are you jealous?" I realized she had no idea what I had already discovered. I looked at her across the kitchen table and calmly said, "No, I'm just done." She laughed. Not because it was funny, but because she thought I was bluffing. For 3 years, I had watched my wife slowly become a stranger. Late nights at work, secret phone calls, sudden changes in the way she dressed. Passwords changed without explanation. Every time I asked a question, she had an excuse ready. And every time I suspected something, she accused me of being jealous. But that night, I wasn't guessing anymore. I had proof. Her name was Daniel. He was her new department manager. The man she claimed was just helping her career. I had heard his name so many times that it had become meaningless to me. Until 2 weeks earlier, I found a hotel receipt in her car. 1 room, 2 nights. Her name wasn't on it, but Daniel's was. I didn't confront her. Instead, I started paying attention. I checked the dates on her work trips. I looked at the messages she received when she thought I wasn't watching. I noticed how quickly she smiled whenever Daniel's name appeared on her phone. Then came the final piece, a photograph. It showed my wife and Daniel standing outside a hotel holding hands. I saved the picture. I saved every message. And I waited. That Friday night, she came home at nearly midnight wearing a dress she had never worn around me. She dropped her purse on the sofa and looked at me. "You're still awake?" "Yes," she sighed. "Don't start." I didn't say anything. "You don't have to. I know that look." I smiled slightly. "What look?" "The jealous husband look." That was when I asked, "Are you happy?" She stared at me. "What kind of question is that?" "A simple one." She rolled her eyes. "Of course I'm happy." "Good." I stood up and walked toward the hallway. She followed me. "Where are you going?" "To pack." Her expression changed. "Pack what?" "My things." She laughed nervously. "Seriously? Because I went out with coworkers?" "No." "Then what?" I turned around. "Because I know about Daniel." The room went completely silent. Her face lost its color. "What are you talking about?" I pulled out my phone and placed the photograph on the table. She stared at it. For several seconds, she didn't move. Then she whispered, "Where did you get that?" "That doesn't matter." "You've been spying on me?" "No, I was trying to understand what was happening to my marriage." She grabbed the phone. "You don't understand." "I understand enough." "No, you don't," she shouted. "Daniel and I—" She stopped. I waited. "And you what?" Her eyes filled with panic. "We made a mistake." I shook my head. "A mistake is forgetting an anniversary. A mistake is saying something you regret. You didn't make one mistake. You made hundreds of decisions." She sat down. "I was going to tell you." "When?" She didn't answer. "After you left me?" Still nothing. I picked up my suitcase. Then she said something that made me stop. "Daniel isn't the only reason." I turned. "What does that mean?" She looked terrified. "Daniel is leaving the company next month." I frowned. "And?" "He wasn't planning to stay with me." For the first time that night, I felt something other than anger. I felt curiosity. She continued. "He told me yesterday that he was transferring overseas. He said our relationship was over." I stared at her. "So now you're upset because your affair ended?" "No." "Then why tell me?" She lowered her voice. "Because I found out something about him." "What?" "He was never really interested in me." I waited. "He was using me." "For what?" She reached into her purse and pulled out a folder. Inside were printed documents. I opened them. My name was everywhere. Bank accounts, business records, property information. My wife had been giving Daniel confidential information about my company. I looked at her. "You weren't cheating on me for love." She shook her head. "I thought he loved me." I closed the folder. "And now you want me to save you?" She started crying. "I don't know what to do." I picked up my suitcase. "You should have thought about that before you destroyed everything." She ran toward the door. "Wait!" I stopped but didn't turn around. "Are you really leaving?" I looked back at her. "No." She froze. "I already left months ago. You just didn't notice." Then I walked out. Behind me, my wife stood alone in the house she had once called our home. And for the first time in 3 years, I wasn't jealous. I was free.